Welcome to Friday First Down, presented by BHS TV. And now, let's go inside the BHS TV studio with your hosts, Drake York and John Kleemeyer.
Hello everyone, welcome to the first edition of Friday First Down. My name is Drake York, he's John Kleemeyer. Thank you so very much for joining us here on this special pregame show. We're going to deliver you stats and highlights and all that good stuff. Once again, Brownsburg and Avon playing here in Brownsburg tonight at Roark Stadium. Kickoff just about a half hour away. And John, these two teams about ready to write another chapter in this historic rivalry.
Yeah, these teams know each other a lot. They play a lot over the course of a season. So they played 2 times last season. They split the series, so they know a lot about each other. So I think this game is going to be really good. It's always a great matchup when they face each other, so I can't wait. Just getting really excited here as we're talking about it right now.
Brownsburg has had a hot start to this season, 3-0 to start off. John, let's take a look at those 3 previous games.
So taking a look at the first game, Ben Davis is a 38-7 win. Caleb Marcus was a showcase rush for 97 yards and a touchdown, and the defense was back at it again with 2 picks and a fumble recovery. Chris Williamson got 2 picks after a bad knee injury last season. The defense also had 3 sacks. Taking a look at the next game, was a big prime time showcase on ESPN2 versus St. X, a top 50 team in the country. Easters to Lacey, what a great connection that is. Ben Easters to Luke Lacey, and they were able to connect for 2 touchdowns and cut the lead to 7 and then tie the game on the next touchdown. And the defense was clutch in crunch time. Monty Jackson got a strip sack, which allowed the Dogs to push the ball down the field and score. Jalen Wilson was able to get a pick on the second play of overtime, which gave the Bulldogs the ball to punch the ball in for a rushing touchdown. Taking a look at the most recent game, was a win over Franklin Central, 35-7. It was Easters to Terrell this time, and Preston Terrell was on fire with 9 catches, 192 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and the defense kept that mentality from St. X, and they were able to fly towards the football and force 3 fumbles with 2 recoveries. So those 3 games just show you how aggressive Brownsburg is.
Absolutely, and Avon has had a little bit of a struggle this year. Their stats are really good. They just don't have the results to show for it, John. Let's take a look at Avon's season up to this point.
Yeah, taking a look here, they faced Lawrence North the first game, got blown out pretty much 62-34. Ben Davis was the only game they've won this season, 54-13, and they lost a close game to HSE 28-39. So their offense, it's a high-powered throwing offense. They throw for about 1,000 yards. Hessen has already thrown for about 1,000 yards this season with 12 touchdowns, but still has a 1-2 record. Why is that? Well, they turn the ball over way too much, in my opinion. They've already thrown 4 picks and fumbled 2 times this season, so I think that's a big part of why they've lost those games, and if they could limit turnovers tonight, they might be able to pull this one out.
Absolutely, and that, as you said, John, has just been the big struggle for Avon, as we'll see here later in the rankings. Avon's got good passing yards and stuff like that. They just don't really have the stats to show for it. Speaking of that, let's take a look at the Hoosier Crossroads Conference standings. Brownsburg currently at the top. There you see there on your screen. Brownsburg 3-0 on the season. Of course, in parentheses is the conference standings, and then you look at Hamilton Southeastern, and then we talk about Avon. They have good stats, just not really, I guess you could say, the results to show for it there, John, back in 5th.
Yeah, Brownsburg is the only undefeated team left in the HCC. Brownsburg is second in passing and 4th in rushing yards. Brownsburg is also second in receiving yards. Taking a look at who their 2 leading receivers are, of course, Luke Lacey and Preston Terrell are 5th and 6th in receiving yards in the HCC. But like I said earlier, Avon, a lot of passing yards. Avon leads the HCC in passing yards, is 5th in rushing. So this offense is really good. Just limit the turnovers, and they might be able to win a few games this season.
Absolutely. Once again, Brownsburg on top of the standings. Look out for them tonight. Don't go anywhere. More Friday First Down coming up next.
1, 2, 3, 4. Who are you yelling for? The Bulldogs. The Bulldogs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who are you yelling for? The Bulldogs. The Bulldogs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who are you yelling for? The Bulldogs. The Bulldogs. The Bulldogs.
Friday First Down is presented by BHS TV. Check out their YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the latest in Brownsburg High School news.
From school information to the concerts, from upcoming weather to the next football game, from us
Hello, Brownsburg High School.
Hello, Brownsburg High School.
Hello, Brownsburg High School.
to you. Because when you need information, BHS TV has your back.
BHS TV is your one-stop shop for all the BHS news you'll need. We cover everything from BHS current events to sporting events. The BHS TV staff is here to supply students and you with all the info you need for success here at BHS. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during 5th period, you can tune in for an entertaining show.
This is Jordan Winter, BHS TV.
Rowan Brown, BHS TV.
Gabriel Malk, BHS TV.
Kyle McElroy, BHS TV.
North Ellinger, BHS TV.
You'll never find a more dedicated group of students than the marching band students. Even with restrictions and no competitions, they continue to work hard. This year's theme is Legacy. Today we found out how they leave their legacy.
Legacy is built upon the idea of our current students, especially our senior class of 2020, and what legacy they will leave to the next generation as they come in. We want to continue the training, and we want to pass along the legacy of the current students to the next generation.
The whole idea of seniors passing the torch to the juniors and the juniors passing it to the sophomores, kind of going back and back and back.
Even though ISMA and BOA canceled all competitions, the marching band continues to practice 2 to 3 times a week. Here's what marching band means to them.
And we want to give the students, our current students, the opportunity to have some sort of season.
I stayed in marching band because it's something that I'm very passionate about, and I just wanted something to do with my free time. We didn't do our 9-hour band camp over the summer, and we haven't had as much after-school practice as last year.
Just making music with my friends and having fun and building a family and having a certain culture that is going to do well in competition.
Make sure to watch and support the Sound of Brownsburg tomorrow night at 9:30 at the Brownsburg Invitational. Tune in live at bcsc.tv to watch the event. Curtis Fawnin, BHS TV.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Friday First Down. Kickoff is nearing, and John, during the break, we were talking about Ben Easter's definitely one of the best quarterbacks in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, Ben, just a lot of different things you could talk about. You could talk about leadership, his ability to be clutch in close games. He was able to come back, not only showing himself as a leader, but being clutch and being able to score 2 touchdowns in the last final minutes of a game. That's just, you don't come by that very often. So his ability to do that, he's committed to Kansas, so a great program over there, and once you put Ben over there, you're going to get a lot out of him.
7 touchdowns to his credit this season, and earlier this week at school, I caught up with him.
Hey, I'm down here with Ben Easter, starting quarterback for the Brownsburg Bulldogs. And Ben, on this season, 47 completions in just 3 games. What is it about you and the squad that makes you so good on offense?
I think it helps a lot with 2 returning receivers. And Talibé played a lot last year. Ty played some last year. So I think another year of being on the same page has helped us a lot, and lots of practice over this quarantine. Me and Luke and Preston were able to get together a lot over quarantine and get some routes in together. So I think it really helped, with timing, and it's helped with the game so far.
And you talk about that practice during quarantine. What has practice been like since COVID-19 struck?
It's been a little different. Obviously having to wear masks in the weight room is different. Causes for a little more sweat, I guess. But wearing masks on the sidelines, putting them right back on, like go on the field and then take them right back off. So it's been different, but I'm just really happy that we get to play in the first place.
And this weekend's game against Avon, rivalry matchup, obviously. What do these rivalry games mean to you and this team?
They mean a ton. Coming to Brownsburg my sophomore year, I didn't know what the Brownsburg-Avon rivalry was really about, and being able to play Avon 4 times now it's been incredible every time, and I'm excited to meet them again this week.
So what's the toughest part about being Avon? Because every time, doesn't matter what sport we see it, whether it's soccer, tennis, basketball, or football, Avon always seems to come up to the occasion with Brownsburg. So what makes Avon so tough to beat on the football side?
Avon's always just been really physical, and they play really hard. Got a lot of hard-hitting dudes on their team. A lot of Coach Bless coaches up the defense really well. Their offense is really good. They play with a lot of physicality, and it's always a good test for us.
And there you heard Ben talking about how difficult Avon is to play. In fact, let's take a closer look at the rivalry between these two teams within the last 5 years. Brownsburg 3-6 against the Orioles.
Yeah, Avon has outscored Brownsburg 317 to 168. And last season they actually split the series. First game went to Avon as they won 7-3 against Brownsburg. The second matchup was on November 1st, 2019, as Brownsburg won 27-24. In that game, Ben Easters threw for 111 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the old running back Donnie Marcus carried the ball 30 times and rushed for 111 yards. Preston Terrell caught 2 passes, 49 yards, and 1 touchdown, and I'm sure they're not going to disappoint. It's going to be another good one tonight.
Absolutely. You said it, John. Doesn't matter what sport it is. When Brownsburg and Avon clash, you know it's going to be big. In fact, let's take a little bit of a closer look at some of the individual stats for the Brownsburg players, starting off with starting quarterback Ben Easters.
Yeah, taking a look at Ben here, he's able to pull defenders down with his play action and adds a great dynamic to the offense. Excuse me. He's great in the bootleg. He's able to scramble out and throw on the run accurately. Throws great under pressure and in tight windows, and he's able to see his reads well when the ball is snapped and he hits them in stride.
And then we go look at Caleb Marcus. 3 touchdowns to his name this season, John.
Yeah, plays a lot like his brother Donnie Marcus. He's able to find holes and attacks them as soon as he sees them. He's got great patience too, waits and just gets to the hole and hit it hard, and he's always fighting for extra yards. He, makes a move, makes a cut, and tries to use that stiff arm. I've seen him a lot, or just push the pile forward.
Luke Lacey, John, has already put up some impressive numbers this season as well.
Yeah, he got a lot of national attention from that St. X game, as he did play a couple defensive snaps as well. But let's take a look at his offense. Most importantly, speed is a big factor for him. He's able to create space from his defender. He makes a lot of contested catches, and in contact, like I said, he gets to the sideline, make sure his feet are in bounds, and he's pretty good at run blocking as well. Leads the way for Caleb Marcus.
Preston Terrell has also put up some similar stats to Lacey as well.
Yeah, Preston, he's great at running those deep routes, those streaks, and those post routes. Size is a huge factor for him. He jumps over the defenders. He's not fazed by double coverage, so if you put a safety and a corner on him, it doesn't matter. He might come down with the ball, and he makes a lot of tough catches in traffic and speed. He worked on speed a lot during the offseason, so I think that's a big part of his game as well.
And then let's take a look at just a couple of the defensive players for Brownsburg, starting off with Jalen Wilson.
Yeah, Jalen, he's a great tackler in the open field. He's a great leader everywhere, in the locker room, in school. If he sees something, he's always going to make sure he knows what's going on, and he's just able to cause fumbles and just force the ball out on defense. And I just love Jalen Wilson. I think he's one of the best players on this team.
And then last but not least, Chris Williamson.
Yeah, Chris is probably the comeback story of this season. He had a bad knee injury last season, and he already has 3 picks in 3 games trying to make up for the time he's lost. And he's very aggressive in pass coverage. So Chris, we lost early last season, but I think he's a big part of why this defense is what it is.
And as you can see, John, those Brownsburg players, very impressive stuff so far this season. But let's take a look at Avon. They've had some impressive players this season as well.
Yeah, Avon has a high-powered passing offense, like you see with Henry Hessen right there, and it's hard to cover them because they also have a very decent running attack with Krishan McCray. And you're forced to put another defensive back out on the field. He may not be the best tackler, so if you get Krishan there, hand the ball off, boom, Krishan gets a hole, and he can score a touchdown off of it. So it's kind of hard to defend passing, running. The pass will open up the run will open up the pass for any team. That's just in general. Avon's defense is always tough, and you can see that with these defensive players. They only allowed 3 points on us last year, so it's just hard to play against Avon.
And very impressive stats from both Brownsburg and Avon coming in tonight. John, what do you think as kickoff approaches?
I think just balance the game in general. Put a defensive back on there. If you think it's going to be a pass, start it long, defend that as well as you can. They're obviously probably not going to run on a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15, stuff like that. Force them into those situations. Play great pass coverage. Just a great offensive balance would also be good for them as well. You have 2 running backs you could use, 2 great wide receivers, and the quarterback. It's all up to Ben Easters. We talked to him earlier, and he needs to control this game in order to win.
Absolutely, and once again, that will do it for Friday First Down. We'll let John get up to the booth along with Chris Worley. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. Kickoff's coming up next.
BHS TV covers all your BHS needs. From sporting events to school clubs, we've got it all. All the details that you'll need are right here. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we give you an inside look into the current events that affect your students. Our dedicated group of student broadcasters put in time and effort to deliver you the most relevant topics trending at BHS. Each show includes engaging and captivating news that keeps you informed, up to date, and entertained. Tune in during 5th period.
Going to a large high school can be tough. Make it easier with BHS TV, your #1 stop for news and information. Get weekly club updates.
Are you looking to make a buddy?
Follow BHS Chain Link on Twitter.
Full sports coverage.
By Franklin Central, Brownsburg.
And exclusive stories about what's going on at your school.
Brownsburg High School has canceled the homecoming dance.
Did you miss out on your chance to purchase the 2020 yearbook last year?
BHS TV, by students, for students.